Hey guys, my name's Jason Slone and I'm known as Prof Sales here on YouTube. And I just want to say thank you to Steve Raiken for giving me the opportunity to address all you guys here at Raiken Prof on his channel. I started watching his channel just like many of you do now, and he's really been an awesome guy to learn from and someone that I've really looked up to in this community. And I'm glad to be here today. I hope that I can provide you with some content, some information that's going to help you in your business. And it's really an honor to be here on his channel. So with that being said, let's get right into it. What I want to talk about today are 5 reasons why you may be failing in your reselling business. No one likes to talk about failure, but failure is a part of business just like anything else. So let's get right to it. So the first thing that may be causing your reselling business to fail is a lack of discipline. So what does discipline look like? Discipline looks like doing what it takes for your business to be successful. That's a very simple definition, but it will serve our purposes. Basically, you have to have a strategy, and that strategy involves lots of tactics, things that you have to execute on every single day. That could look like getting up and listing items, shipping items, packing items, going to source for things. Whatever it is that you've set for your goals for your business, you need to have the follow through to do them. There's always going to be fun parts of our business and then parts that aren't so much fun. But what separates millionaires and billionaires and people who are successful entrepreneurs apart from people who are not, often is discipline. They keep at it, even when it's not fun, even when it really, really sucks. Even when it's hard, even when people are telling them they can't do it, they have the discipline to say, you know what, this is what it's going to take. I got to do it every day, every hour, every minute, every second. And I'm going to try to do it a little bit better than I did before, and not giving up, even in the face of all that adversity. And discipline is a huge part of this. You have to find this within yourself to be successful. No one can give you discipline. Discipline is something that you either have or you don't, and if you don't have it, you can develop it. But realize that discipline is a key to your business and your success, and it could be one of the things holding you back from succeeding if you're not having all the success that you think you should have by this point in your business. So look to discipline to find some answers to become a better reseller or entrepreneur. The second factor that might be holding you back in your business is a lack of research. So what do I mean by that? Guess what, gang? I don't know everything, and neither do you. You've got to be willing to put in the time to research products. You've got to be willing to put in the time to research new ways of doing things, tools that may help your business, new procedures, learning from others. These things are all critically important. Yes, it's important to get out there and experiment and learn things on your own and find out by trial and error. That is definitely a big part of being in business for yourself. But it's also important to not waste time on things that 1,000 other people have done and proven that are just silly. Don't make any sense at all to even do. And it's also a good idea to try to find tools and tips and tricks that will help you be more successful in your business. You can definitely learn from others. You can learn from what others have done that has succeeded, and you may be able to apply some of that success to your own particular situation or business. You can also learn from what other people have failed at doing. Failure is a great teacher, and other people's failure can be a great learning tool for you. Now, you're going to do it a little differently than anybody else out there because you're unique. We're all different individuals. But at the same time, some ideas and some ways of doing things seemingly are better than others, and some are worse than others. Research is key. And of course, there's products. If you're selling a product or a service, it doesn't matter. There are great products and there are not so great products. And then there's products and ideas that are great at one time of the year and not as great as others. I sell jeans, for example, on eBay, and jeans during the summer don't do as well. So in the summer, I have to transition my business into other avenues to maintain my income and profit goals. That's just common sense. People aren't thinking about it then. During the summer months, they're on vacation and what have you. So research is a big component of every entrepreneur's toolkit, and if you're not willing to put in the time and energy to do research to improve your business, this could be holding you back. The third factor that may be holding you back in your reselling business is patience. We live in a want it now kind of society where we expect everything to come to us very quickly and just the way we want with minimal effort. Unfortunately, being in business for yourself, whether as a reseller or otherwise, doesn't work that way. You have to have patience, and you have to have patience in your process. If your process is good, eventually your results will reflect it, but often that can take quite a while. And the time frame that you have for some events in your business may not be the actual time frame in which they occur. So having patience, whether it be in terms of how long you list something before you decide to reduce the price, how long you try a specific way of sourcing or listing items, how long you choose to focus on one type of product versus another, you have to have some perspective on patience and how long it can take. I read a quote not too long ago that said the main difference between a successful entrepreneur and a not successful entrepreneur is that a successful entrepreneur has patience to stick it out and see if it'll work, even way beyond sometimes what seems reasonable, because a lot of times you're just there right at your goal and you give up right before you get to it. Often this lack of patience is funneled by people around you saying, well, you should have succeeded by now. How come you're not at this level, or you haven't done that by now? So you have to kind of shut all those voices out and remember that patience is a necessary factor to be successful in business. If you believe in your plan, if you believe in your strategy, and you think your tactics are sound, chances are they are. They are sound. They are a good way to do business, but often the results come on a timetable that is different than what you expect. So that doesn't mean to always keep grinding away at an effort that is seemingly getting you nowhere. You have to know when to switch gears and change, and we'll cover that in the next point. But at the same time, you have to realize that success does not come overnight. Sometimes it can take years before you really achieve the success that you think. And by the way, even once you achieve that success, you're going to set a new goal for yourself, and you're going to have to be patient all over again. So patience is just something you're going to have. And if you're not very patient, then you need to think about ways to develop that trait inside yourself and realize that process leads to results, and that it goes on a timetable that is often much different than the one you think it will be. The fourth factor in the success or failure of your business is adaptation. So what do I mean by this? Business changes, markets change, consumers' buying habits change. You need to be able to adapt to those changes. Sometimes the changes come rapidly, other times they come over a long period of time. But the one thing we can know for certain is that it will change. The market in which you're selling in today will likely not be remotely recognizable 10 years from now. And that's just the way it works. That's the way markets work and the way consumer buying habits work. So you've got to be able to adapt. You've got to adapt to new methods, new products, new e-commerce platforms, new tools. All these things are going to be part of your arsenal in the future. Some things that you probably can't even imagine are going to be part of things that you do every day 10 years from now if you continue reselling. So adaptation has to be a trait that you can develop within yourself if you don't already have it. Those who resist change are likely to be crushed. There's a great saying in the movie Moneyball that Brad Pitt, when he is faced by one of the old scouts in his baseball organization, that tells him, that's just not the way it's done. It's never been done that way. And he says to the guy very simply, adapt or die. And that's really true. If you don't adapt in this business, you will fail, because others will adapt and they will start doing better than you. And make no mistake, it's a competition. You're not in competition with other people. You're in competition with yourself for your buyers' attention and for your buyers' dollars. And your buyers are not stupid. They have the ability to see when something else is a better deal or something else fulfills a need better than your product does. or maybe your pricing is wrong or what you're offering, and they will make the switch to someone else's product. So you have to be able to adapt when the market changes and when consumers change, and in which the way in which you're delivering your products and service has to change as well. So adaptation is massively important for your continued success, and you need to find a way to make peace with it. If it's not something that's part of your everyday toolbox, adaptation is a key to being a successful entrepreneur. The last factor that I want to talk about is desire. A lack of desire could be holding you back in your business and keeping you from achieving your full amount of success. If you don't have a desire to do what it takes each day, a desire to continually keep improving yourself, a desire to do the other 4 factors we've already covered, and to become better tomorrow than you were yesterday, then you're likely to always be limiting yourself to subpar results. Desire comes from within all of us, and we all have all kinds of different desires about all kinds of different things. No one can give it to you. I can't give it to you from a video. All I can do is ask you to look inside yourself and find it. And it could be that the desire you have in terms of business is to do something different than what you're doing now. If so, that's okay. You can change, because the reality is it's your business. No one makes the decisions but you in the long run, and you can do whatever you want to do. And to be honest with you, it would be better if you have a desire to go do something totally different, that you do that, than continue down a path in which you have very little desire to do. You won't be that successful at it, I promise you. Again, the most successful people in business are the ones who had tremendous desire to improve themselves and their processes, and in return they got results. Remember, results come from processes, and processes are something that you're always refining and developing. But you've got to have a desire to get better, to do it better, to be better at it, and to do it each and every day, and to work. Again, desire is key to all of this. Without it, the other factors don't really matter, because desire is what drives us. So if you find yourself lacking desire in the way that your business is going right now, take a step back. Take a step back and really think about, is this what I want to do? Or is there maybe something else that I would be better suited to do? It's okay to admit that what you're doing hasn't worked and go a different direction. That's truly genius. That's truly progress. To continue going down a path that's not getting you the results that you desire, that's failure in my book, and I think in anyone's book, really. So don't be afraid to change course if you find that your desires lie elsewhere than what you have been doing. All right, everyone, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank Steve once again, and you can find me on YouTube under Prof Sales. That's PROFSALES. And this is Prof Sales saying good sales to you.